Hi Aarti, I have this very important question mostly asked by our parents at globally at school. My child doesn't sleep on time, he doesn't wake up on time, he sleeps late, we are exhausted, we are tired. Can you help answer that question as a psychologist?
Sleep is the most important everyday routine habit that we should have. And why is it so important? Because it's naturally restorative. When a child goes to sleep, there are glial cells in the brain which are like filters, and they remove any toxins. So the child may have had a fight, may have learnt a new skill which would have created some stress hormones in the brain, and the glial cells help to filter this out. And this happens only in nighttime sleep. It's not going to happen in daytime sleep, not these power naps. You know, the corporate culture has sort of glorified these power naps. I slept for 15 minutes in the day and I'm fully recharged and all that. It doesn't work that way. A growing brain, especially a young child's brain, requires about 8 to 10 hours of regular nighttime sleep. And this means going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time. Since the usage of screens has increased over a period of time, the white light that the eyes get exposed to have changed the evolutionary, what was an imprint in evolutionary biology over a period of time. So, you know, it's almost like always faking daylight for the brain, which is also why children don't sleep as soon as they go to bed. I remember, you know, as a child, we would lie down and we would be out in a couple of seconds, right? But you don't get that off to sleep anymore. This is because children are exposed to screens. Many times parents come back from work very late and the child is so excited to see them, so they're not, not actually, they get these cues to sleep, but they suppress it consciously. And the third thing that happens is they give highly energetic games before the child needs to go. And sometimes, you know, this bedtime story culture also, they read exciting adventure-driven stories before they go to sleep. The child's brain is going to pick up that fantasy and try and create more out of that. So bedtime stories by and large need to be a little more calming, you know, things like that. So taking all this into account, there are basic rules. One, have a routine set, which means a warm bath always works well. Second, clothing that the child uses for sleep must be specific for clothing. It has to be loose, it has to be comfortable, because many children, you know, just whole day they're in some clothing, they just sometimes go to sleep in the same thing. But once you bring the downtime, you let them know that this is what you'll wear to sleep and it has to be comfortable, things like that. Third is, in terms of routine, if you're a working parent, try and see if you can be home a little early so that the child has enough time with you before they go to bed and things like that. And no screen time, at least 2 hours before the child goes to bed. The most important thing here is that, you know, the games that we give them should be very calming, you know, conversational. We can even do what is called a bedtime debrief, which is, you know, the parent and child can sit down just before they go to sleep and say, what did you do today? What did you really enjoy about today? Those kind of questions, just to sort of go through the whole day and let them know, you know, in office, this is what I did. This is what I enjoyed about my day. This is what I'd like to learn better tomorrow. So these kind of gentle conversations are very important. And then once the child gets to bed, switch off all the lights, have a very calming atmosphere, no excitement and things like that. You can choose to read to your child. You can choose to narrate stories. And more importantly, you need to let them know just before they go to bed that they're the most precious thing in your life, that you love them very much, that you believe in their potential. When the child's brain listens to such reassuring messages as they're going to sleep, they calm, and the subconscious mind right through the night is working on this message. It becomes a subconscious programming where the child starts feeling better about themselves. So this would be by and large the best way to work with it. Once we set this routine, waking up in the morning becomes easier because the child is well rested. A well rested child is not going to delay waking up in the morning. So it has to start this way. We can't suddenly, you know, rush and tell children, you know, wake up in the morning, the bus will be here. Don't start the day with so much stress. If you bring this nighttime routine into place, then the daytime routine becomes easier.
Thank you, Aarti. I'm sure it will benefit a lot of parents. Thank you.